how do you know your clock is running out? This question is based on several factors. So we were given feedback before we went live on the show, and one of the questions or the feedback was that in a friend circle of equal male and females, and we're going to pitch the age at 35, half the males didn't have children. However, 85% of the females had children. So the question is, to the 15% of the females that didn't have children and the 50% of the males that didn't have children, to say, open and close bracket, your clock is running out. Now, the biological clock for a woman starts to tick. It starts to deteriorate, and please quote the exact number. But I'm going to just throw in a number and say roughly around, I think it's about 32, 33. This is when it starts to
go down.
For a man, it doesn't stop. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. However, how you look changes.
Yep.
So having burgers and chips all through your 20s, I can still fit into my size 30-inch trousers or 32-inch waist trousers. But now, 34, 36, 38, I never used to wake up and all my bones crack and blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? I can't take my kid to the park and run around for hours and hours on end because I'm tired. I'm in my 40s and he's 5. Come on, Daddy, let's go. Oh, shit. Do you know what I mean? I just can't do it. So psychologically, there's that clock that's running out as well to turn around and say, well, 1 second.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Do you get what I mean? I don't want to be doing all of that. So when you notice that the clock is running down, how do you deal with it? Let's first talk from a man's perception, and then let's try and diagnose from a woman's perception.
See, with the clock running down, a guy, yeah, I mean, it's very difficult to have that conversation with us because, like you said...
Do you know what? Please don't. You call yourself the truth. We have friends that are fathers in, like, we're both over 40. We have friends that are fathers in the last 3 years.
Yes, definitely.
So with that in mind, we know the pressures they were on.
And they were probably...
So let's not say wait. Let's not say that these things don't exist.
No, but when you're saying the pressures that they were on, were they pressures that their peers were putting more on them, or were they pressures that they put on themselves? Because, do you know what? When I first had my child, right, one of the pressures that I put on myself...
how old were you?
I was 30 when I had my first. And when I first had my child, the reason why I started to put pressure on myself at that age is because everybody around me had kids. There was people I went to school with, they had kids.
Right.
There was
siblings.
There was siblings.
Younger siblings.
My younger sibling had a child. I was like, all right. I was looking around and I was like, right, even the Butters boy that never looked no gal, he had youths. I'm looking at the gal that used to piss herself at school. She had youths. I'm like,
right.
oh, go on for me, bro. And then your boys trying to say to you, your shit
don't work, bro. That'll be me. So let me get this right. You've had a missus for 2 years.
And you ain't...
And you're not wearing no nothing's going in.
Brother.
I thought we were just lucky.
And this is when I'm starting to say, Lee, are you sure, bruv? And I'm like, I'm not sure. I think I'm sure. I'm not sure. How sure are you? Have you had any scares? No, I ain't had no scares. Wait a minute. So you've had no scares, you've got no youths, everybody else is busting gun like it's a joke thing. All right, one of my bredrens, he had all 3 kids, and I was like, right, you got 3 now? Yeah, I'm on my 3rd one. The other one had 2. This one had 1. I was like, am I loaded or not? I don't even know anymore. At this point here, I'm
so
now
you
threatened.
weren't sure?
I weren't sure, bruv.
Even if your team was dealing with rhythm?
Bruv, I thought to myself, it's not dealing. It mustn't be. It can't be. I mean, technically, you know what the funniest thing is? I look back and I think to myself, well, dickhead, if you're using condoms and you're being safe...
You do say condoms, innit? All right, cool. Jay, allow it. Using condoms.
Shut up. Only you notice these things. But if I'm using Jimmy's and that, I'm like, well,
Man, just said-
switch off the word, is it?
Jimmy's. Wait, what? Top hats. Using top hats. All right, go
I'm
on.
using boots now, yeah. All right. Then I'm safe, innit? So understand why you've not done it. And I was like, yeah, but still, man, there must. So in my head, I'm thinking to myself, my boys must have been using the same things that I'm using. I mean, we're all using condoms and stuff like that. So why is it that they've got and I haven't? Or I haven't, I had a scare or whatever. I just haven't. You know what I mean? Am I the only one being extra careful out here? So obviously at that age, I kind of got to the point where I was thinking to myself, kind of want to get in a relationship. And then once I got my relationship, I'm going for it. And that was my plan. And I said so. I got in a relationship and we was in a relationship for 2 years. And then I was like, you know what? I'm good to have a you. I'm good. We've moved out.
So in your head,
In my head, I was ready.
it is time.
Yeah, it's time. I was like, I'm ready. So I went and I was like, oh, rah, it does work. Like, I'm so happy, like it works. I was like, cool. So I obviously had my child. So when you're saying about a midlife crisis, I look at it and think to myself, it's more, I got the pressure more because of other people around me, not because of me. Because if it was weight on me, then I'd probably still be sitting there. I probably wouldn't even have number one. I'll be very honest with you. I'd probably been saying, that wasn't the right one. Choose again. I'd have chose again. That wasn't the right one. Choose again.
On a roulette wheel thing.
Bruv, I'll be very honest. I'd probably have only waited to the one that I'm with now. And then turned and said, all right, I'm ready now. And said, yeah, I'm ready to shoot my shot. And I probably still might be, I don't know where I'm at
She
with
says,
that.
I'm done.
And at this point, I'm like, gonna have to find something else now and go again. And that's the way it would have been. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, the pressure comes more from within, and in that, well, comes from you guys. If you're gonna say about earlier, all right, it's like that only came from you guys for the fact that everybody else had. Because if no one else had, so when that question you said in the beginning was like 35-year-olds, there's a lot of 35-year-olds that don't have kids. I'm thinking because your peers don't have kids, because there's no pressure within your circle. All right, this pressure will come.
That's interesting.
The pressure will come within your circle.
So you felt the pressure came from this. Well, can you agree with that? As I said, in our friend circle, how many of our friends are first-time fathers and their child is less than 4 years old?
How many in our circle?
I can think of 3.
I've got
Wait.
yeah, I've got 3.
3, yeah. I can think of 3.
I can think of 3 just off the boat.
And then that's crazy. Do you get what I mean? When you think about it.
Just thought of 4, but maybe not.
But it's crazy. So there is that pressure. But there's some of the guys that said, look, I'm not going to, what's the word? I'm not just gonna sleep and try and breed up any girl. Do you know what I mean? I want to be in a relationship. I want to be in my foundation set. Probably want to buy my property. I want to live life. I want to enjoy myself. And now I want to settle down and do X. So I get it.
Sorry, when you did that, my brain started calculating, bruv. I thought of about 4 or 5 after that. I was like, oh yeah, there's 5 of them that are probably under 4.
And
there's 5 that are under 4
But there you go.
that I can think of in our direct circle.
Right. So let's switch it to the women now.
Go on.
So imagine a female exactly in the same situation. All of her friends have got children. She realizes she's the only one that doesn't have children. And do you know when it becomes apparent, this is my opinion, when they want to go raving and the rest of them are all looking for babysitters, but she's live from morning. Because she ain't got that responsibility like that, if you get what I mean. Now, I can imagine I don't want children, wait a minute, I think I want children. Now I want children, how am I going to get a child? Do you know what I mean? I just need to find the right guy. She can't find the right guy, then she looks for the good guy. She can't find a good guy, so she's looking for a nice guy. She can't find a nice guy, so now any guy will do. And then the desperation starts to show. As the desperation starts to show, no disrespect, she might be in her mid to late 30s and she's competing with 24-year-olds who are just out here trying to have a good time, willing to have a child 24, 10 years younger than her. Do you get what I mean?
The thing is,
Wait, before you justify anything, does the parameter make any sense?
that the guy, the older you get, you don't want the less you want children. Is that what you're trying to say?
No. What I'm saying is your priorities change. So the things that you were looking for previously start to diminish.
Because you become settled. I'll be very honest with you. You get
So
to the point-
wait, when you say you become settled, means you settle for less.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Really?
Because you get to the point where you say to yourself, you know what the funny thing is? As an 18-year-old, I'm gonna have this perfect chick. She's gonna be career driven. She's gonna be beautiful. She's gonna have long hair. She's gonna be stunning. Whatever it might be, I've got in my head, and I'm like, this is the ideal chick. I got her. That's what I want. As time goes on, you're like, rah, I've been through this girl. No, that's not the one. That's not the one. And you realize to yourself, rah, hold on a second. This one, I think she's the one. Why? Oh, she's got this. She ticks 5 of the boxes that you've got on your
original list of 10.
Right.
She ticks 5.
She ticks 5 of them. You're like,
And you're happy to
rah.
Are you settling?
But they were the 5 important ones. What were they? There was a top 5, whatever the top 5 is. I'm not going to go through it. There's a top 5. Like, oh yeah, she's pretty, she's this and she's that, and she cooks or whatever the top 5 was. And it's like, she fit the top 5. I'm okay with that. And then you go for it. And then you're like, remember those other 5 that I had on my list?
That you ignored.
That I ignored.
These are all
They were
red
important.
flags. They were the important.
They were the important
They were the
ones.
ones that I should have paid attention
Ah,
to.
shit.
Do you know what I mean?
I need out. So I'm going to go out now. So this is what happened. People are like, yeah, those 5, I thought they were important. They're not the important. These 5 are the important one now. So I'm going to go with these 5 and try that. And this is, and I'm giving you a journey of not necessarily myself, but of people's lives. And they were like, I'm going to go with these 5s. They go with these 5. I'm like, now what I need is a little bit of this 5 with a little bit of this 5. So maybe 3 and 2 of that and 3 and 2 of that. You mix that together, all of a sudden, it works. That's the perfect mix. So who do I find out? Because it's not you and it's not you. Because you didn't make me happy and you didn't make me happy. So we go again.
So then you get, I don't know. It sounds so bad.
Yeah.